everybody. Hey, around America you can find memorials to our heroes everywhere. I'd like to share a story of one of them with you today. You know, World War II produced many heroes, and one such man was Lieutenant Commander Butch O'Hara. He was a fighter pilot assigned to the aircraft carrier Lexington in the South Pacific. Well, one day, his entire squadron was sent on a mission, and after he was airborne, he looked at his fuel gauge and realized that someone had forgotten to top off his fuel tank. That was quite a dilemma. He would not have enough fuel to complete his mission and get back to the ship. So his flight leader told him to return to the carrier. So reluctantly, he dropped out of formation and headed back to the fleet. As he was returning to the mothership, he saw something that turned his blood cold. A squadron of Japanese aircraft were speeding their way toward the American fleet. The American fighters were gone on a sortie, and the fleet was defenseless. He couldn't reach his squadron and bring them back in time to save the fleet, nor could he warn the fleet of the approaching danger. There was only one thing he could do, and that he did. He must somehow divert them from the fleet. So laying aside all thoughts of his own personal safety, as heroes do, he dove into the formation of Japanese planes. Wing-mounted .50 calibers blazed as he charged in, attacking one surprised enemy plane, and then another, and then another. Butch wove in and out of the now broken formation, and he fired at as many planes as he possibly could until all his ammunition was finally spent. Undaunted, he continued the assault. He dove at the planes, trying to clip a wing or tail in hopes of damaging as many enemy planes as possible and rendering all of them unfit to fly. Finally, the exasperated Japanese squadron took off in another direction. Deeply relieved, Butch O'Hara and his tattered fighter limped back to the carrier. Upon arrival, he reported in and related the events surrounding his return. The film from the gun camera mounted on his plane told the tale and told all the rest of the story. It showed the extent of Butch's daring attempt to protect his fleet. He had in fact destroyed 5 enemy aircraft. This took place on February 20, 1942. And for that action, Butch O'Hara became the Navy's first ace of World War II and the first naval aviator to win the Congressional Medal of Honor. A year later, however, Butch was killed in aerial combat at the age of 29. His hometown would not allow the memory of this World War II hero to fade, and today, O'Hara Airport in Chicago is named in tribute to the courage of this great man. Butch O'Hara was one of the hundreds of thousands of men and women who have stood in the gap between freedom and tyranny and have given their life for our freedom that we enjoy in this country. As we enter into a weekend that is typically filled with picnics, hikes, and friends, I want to ask you, as the proud son of an Air Force fighter pilot who served in Vietnam, I'd respectfully ask you to take a moment and reflect and remember those who gave their lives so that you and I can enjoy the freedom that we are blessed to have in this country in which we live. You know, amidst all the crazy political rhetoric and governmental dysfunction that unnerves all of us, lies a foundation of patriotic heroes who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we could have the freedom to worship Jesus freely, and we could enjoy that path if we choose so. Have a great weekend. I hope you can join us Sunday as Jeremy Treat will be our guest speaker. It'll be great to see Jeremy and Tiffany and their 4 sweet little girls. I hope you can join us. God bless you. Be safe.